Okay, hello guys and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna have a look at Origami, so the finals case of last year's World Championship, case by Klinsmann, Langhanz, and yeah, I did good on it, but I could have done better because well, I fucked up some bonuses, and on level 7 I I folded in the wrong direction, sadly. So I messed up the directions. But still, I did really good, and I'm happy with the performance. So now I thought I can revisit it. Of course, some things changed. So maybe I have a lambda now, which I didn't have before. But let's see how we do. So I'm just gonna start with whatever this. Okay, so what is knowing the reference for all 10 questions? We're using the same piece of paper, see to the right. So this one. Okay, so well, row one, column one, so a lot of different options, right? So I guess what I want to do is I can just say, well, technically I have it to call ifs, right? If this equals this, then this. Oh, it's again, sorry, like that. And now I can remove errors, so that works. I also have something map lookup or something. Oh, I have so many numbers. This I guess. Yeah, so it's the same, just in a lambda and a little bit more versatile. So, oh, maybe I should actually check if it's right. Control Shift down. Nice. Finding your piece of paper. Now you must use a specific area. Sum the number in the cells of the square of a specific size that is centered around the given cell. Okay, so for that, I guess I'm just gonna call this MP. Well, I think easiest solution is offset here. Do I want to offset? I think what I will start with offset. So offset indirect, it's sheet of paper, right? So I'm gonna call it S, maybe something like that. With that, and I have to go -3, -3, and then the height is 7, 7, right? So it's always this -1 divided by 2, or more or less just the int. I'm not sure if it actually ends directly, so we can just do this divided by 2, this divided by 2, this and this. And then we close the bracket and I get a value because I have used the actual lambda. Now I'm getting, because this is not called sh. Nice. So there we go, and the sum is not correct because this is 7, this is 7. But it's not centered, right? I guess. Wait, what am I doing wrong? A minus, yeah, because I forgot the minus. Whee. Okay, now it actually looks good. So some quite doable. What you can also do is, so if you know, like I have up right or up left, is it? Up, huh? Up, left, okay. And well, down left or down right better. So I could also, if I don't want to use volatile stuff, right, we can do move in that direction and that direction, or I can of course also like technically do other stuff. Like there are a lot of different options. If you don't want to use indirect, you could flatten your map, which is quite large, but something like that, which just gives me all the things I need. And now if I check, this is the center and I'm again doing steps, right? So what I could do is I can do stack movement, which we know from some other videos. This is my start. I want this divided by 2, and I can move diagonal, and MP is my. So now I can 49, which is 7 times 7, so that works. And now I can XLOOKUP this in however I call it, right? And it's content, so inhalt. I know that it's sorted, so I can do actually a binary search, and I can sum. That's also an option which works properly. Yeah, that also works. I can offset, so I have the option to go in the other direction, right? So I can say move this by, well, Does it work like that? I'm actually not sure. Times this divided by 2. And okay, it doesn't work like that because this doesn't get entered, so let's actually int. Yeah, okay. And I can do the same like that. And now I have 2. Wait, what? Oh, uh, wait, what? Okay, I actually did the wrong one like that. Now I have the boundaries pretty much top left and bottom right, and now you can also again, like I would just say concatenate that and a dot, and now I have something that's indirect range, which uh, which pretty much is an indirect without the volatile part, and I can sum that as well. So there are a lot of different options. That's why it's also easy. Probably the easiest is still with the offset, except you have something where you know, like where you can expand, because here you still have to calculate. Here you can, well, also calculate, but still, if you have something which is an expand lambda, this is quite easy. But there are a lot of options. So now we are actually supposed to fold left to right, folding warmed up. Okay, so here I have to get the reference, right? Which now is, it's always 8 times 8. This is not 8 times 8. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to probably do something a little bit different. I'm taking it slow, right? So I don't know. I would just say let's do it not on, we can do it on 1, I guess. Well, let A go regex extract. It's the reference, right? And what I want as a pattern is just /d plus, if I have more than one like that. And now I can say index whatever range, I guess. Index range. Oh, let's just say like that. Index range, then this returns row and column, right? So I can do add A, or I can index A1 and index A2. So like that, and now I could just say lambda, I don't know, maybe ref and range. Then I can say this is ref, right? And I can say ref range. And that doesn't work because I again use semicolon. And that doesn't work because now I ref range let, I forgot the comma. And yeah, that is the same. Oh, it's not, because I have not locked. So in this case, well, yeah, I don't have to lock it, but yeah, that works, right? So that would work for ref. So I could just say, let's do a new lambda, let's call it ref. I don't know, refs, like that. And now I can use that if I need it. So we're only about this part, and pretty much what you want to do is you're folding, right? And when you look at that, technically we overlap the right part. So this is the left part, it gets overlapped, and we pretty much reorder this side. So technically all I have to do is I sort by, well, by negative sequence of the width, which is 8. Negative because then the standard behavior is the smallest first. So if I have a negative one, the latest one is the smallest, right? So it's sequence 3. If I do minus, then this is the smallest one. That's why it gets to become first. Yes, so I would say let's just go. Easiest part. What do I want to do? Let's just do it like that. It's not volatile. That's I went too far. So I actually need to lock this. I need to lock this. Okay. And 7 is wrong, which is fine, but I can do something like that. This will be 8, which is 4. Oh, top left. So this is actually different then. I should actually really start reading before we, like, I still think that I know some of the tasks, but apparently I don't. So it's a little bit different, right? So here now I only need to go down for 8 steps. which was the second one. So this is pretty much now my border. I don't need that. I can concatenate that. I can probably do something like that. So this is good. This is good. Here's the sum, which I didn't want. But now here, what I have is I have the grid, which is here. And now it just, as I said, it's sort by this by minus sequence 8. And interesting. Because I have 9, because I did 8 steps, I'm only supposed to do 7. Stupid. Okay. Now then I can again sort by minus sequence 8. And we can see it's now in this way, and I'm only supposed to take this, and since here's nothing anymore, I actually don't even have to do a lot anymore, and this is always from the starting reference, so now I can say refs this, and well, it's not a range, but it's fine, and yeah, there we go. Maybe something like that. Now we are supposed to fold in 4 different directions. It's technically still the same thing, because all I have to do is I have to do a different sequence in which I'm supposed to sort, right? And the size now is variable, which is also not that difficult. So let's do something like that. I start here, right? What's that? Oh, I start actually here. This is now not 7. This is this minus 1, right? So then I have my top left is here, and now it doesn't work again because my sequence is not in the right field, and now this would be that. So you can see if I take it like that, and I would sort the same way as above, then I would, well, get that, I guess. But we need to do a different option here. So depending on what we have, I want a different sequence. So the probably easiest thing is if I do unique like that. So if it's 1, I want to wrap to the left, bottom right, and so on. So I just want to swap the orientation. Maybe also quite important is, well, if I fold left to right, it's the same as right to left, except the part which is covered is not the same, but pretty much still the sorting would be the same, which is here fine because I don't have to sort more than once, and I don't actually do anything here because my reference will probably always be on the top side. So what I mean is I don't have to make a difference between those two pretty much, right? So I could do it if it's vertical, right? So if X match that, and well, what am I doing? Here. And if mod, let's just do mod, doesn't matter. Mod 2, right? So then it's horizontal, pretty much. Technically, I don't even need a mod. I don't need a if. I can just do it like that. And now I only have 2 options, right? So that should probably work now. The only thing is the alignment, right? I need a negative sequence. So if now we can do choose this. Now we do minus sequence this. And that's of course, why is it wrong? Oh, because, no. Why is it? Wait, am I stupid? Why is it mod? Okay, it's the wrong way around. Because I didn't pay attention. Ah. well, yeah, there we go. So yeah, so you can see I don't need to actually differentiate between the direction directly, only if it's vertical or horizontally, because, well, you still sort. So for the next one, you actually do more than one fold. And now it matters partly because I have to see if there's still stuff left, right? Um, Technically, we can try it like that if it is important or not. But I think, well, if it's in different direction, it should not even be that different, to be honest. So let's just say, ooh, I could do all in one then, probably easier. So let's just go, let rang, whatever, rang, and then this one is rang, it's a green one, like that. Need to close that. I know that I'm not quite fast now, but that's also not the target. Moves, let's just say moth, I don't know. That is now the second green, so like that. So 7. Now I want the mod. Right, so I can call it rest, which is a German word for it. And now I have to just put a comma here. And I see it's this one. Like that, I guess. Okay, so now I have those inputs, right? And more or less I can do the same here. If I just go down, I get an NA because it doesn't work with this one. So now what I can do is I could say, well, technically I need the range, right? So I can take this one out and I can reduce it. Let's see if that works. So I would say reduce this. I don't need range. This. Oh no, it doesn't work, of course, because I because I have to use a move, right? So the rest is not necessary inside here, but like that maybe. Okay, so now I can say reduce ring, and then we want to use text split. Well, it doesn't work, so regex extract. This, let's just call /x because that's what we see. 1 lambda IC, and then I just want to do another one, and I know that this is C, and I know that I do here the indirect range, right? So that's the part which I actually want to reduce. So I can do I can do that. We sorted by that, and we see. Oh, I pressed a lot of buttons. Value. What am I missing? Indirect range, yes. Set lambda IC match refs. Because I'm actually stupid. I only want to sort by. Yeah, so we can see if it's the same 4, 10, 18, 18, 15. Yeah, it looks good. And I want to reduce, not that, but I want to refs. Well, let's make it clean. This is out, maybe. I don't know. And now I can refs that on out. Okay, so again, we don't, I guess. Yeah, so everything here still, you don't have to do a lot of folding. You really have to only know sort by, because with the sort by you can do everything. I know it looks a little bit complicated. It's not really that I'm doing that well, but it's really just to show that you don't have to do a lot. I also used sort by. I didn't do it with that clean during my live attempt. What I actually did was, let me check if I find it. Well, I will pause for a second to actually search for it. Okay, so I found it. So that is something I checked apparently in March, but this is what I did. And for level 4, you can see I used well, offset. I did the same thing with the match. And now I did choose on the options with different sizes, and I did a lot more here because I actually tried to already implement this part that you don't see it anymore, which you need later, but you don't need it right now. But pretty much it's just different sequences, and if it's yeah, that's in something, then yeah, looks decent. So the next one gets even longer. And then here I actually struggled. But yeah, it's also quite ridiculous that well, no wonder that I didn't actually manage to fix it, but pretty much it's really just sorting by, and later when you actually flip stuff you need transpose and maybe something to rotate, but it doesn't really need, or we don't require a lot for the beginning. So let's see, we did the basics. Now, okay. Now we are at level 6, which diagonal folding. Now you know how to fold in 4 directions. Let's move to diagonals. After the folding is done, what's the sum of numbers in the given quadrant? Okay. Well, let's see. I guess I will still take something here. I want the indirect range. Well, range. I just call it actually range. I guess that's fine. Range. Right. So we start with this part, and now I have something fold again. Folding origami range, and now the direction is really. I think I'm entering numbers here, right? Yeah. So now I can X match this in my, well, arrows, which is file in German. And now you can see it is folded. And now I just have to mask pretty much. Mask. And we're good. So now, yeah, there's a lot of different stuff, right? So if you have different options, if I don't want that, if I want to do that later. But yeah, for now, this is pretty much it. It's really, well, I think probably a lot of people. Wait, what? What am I supposed to do? Is it only? Don't think that I want the diagonal. No, wait, what am I supposed to do? Ach, in the given quadrant. Oh, oh, so I now have to. Okay, got it. I didn't read properly again. Okay, so now I have to do something which takes this. So, no. Wait, I didn't think about that one. It's only the sum of those here, yeah. If it's that I want to take minus minus, I think I'm writing another function now. So depending on which of them it is, right? So let's just do again unique. Okay. So this is now, again, I have lambda r, I guess, this, and no, lambda. I can do it in one shot, I think. And let's call it a rang or something again. And what I want to do is I want to, well, take rang. And now it's about choose. I'm gonna do 2 chooses because it's still shorter, I think. X match my R and that. So depending where we are, right? And now my range has a certain amount of columns, right? So let's just do let's make it a little bit more clean. So I guess int is that. I go size is just the size divided by true. So I guess columns rank divided by 2. That looks decent. Now I want to choose int, and it depends on what I want to do here, right? So we are this one that would be from a row perspective, it would be minus size. Then I have value 2, which is size. I have size again, and I have minus size. And then again the same, choose int. And now it's really just for the columns, which would be positive, positive, and then negative, negative, right? So minus size, minus size. So let's see. Array is this, and no, that is wrong. R is for arrow, not for. No. and that looks decent, and that is my sum. So now again I can take this. Did I log it? Yeah. I'm not sure if it's always the sum, so let's. Oh, I should copy the equals as well. So something like that maybe, and then as let's just call it for aggregate. I don't know. I know it's not an aggregation, but that should work. And now this is my out, and I want to sum ag from first this one and then out. Yeah. Okay, so I have folding, but I have not this part where I take a certain quadrant. Actually, do I have something? Um, what? Oh, okay. I could. Okay, so pretty much what I'm just tried is if I have a 6 by 6, let's see, something like that, right? Yeah. So now I could also do ifs to call and just with the X match, right? If I bring them in the right direction, that is. So I don't know if that makes sense. So let me just do it. So this is not the right direction for the lambda I have, but this is first. This, this, and this, right? So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I could say, um, I have, well, let's just go inside here. My out is, right? This is everything. And now I can create segments, out, and rows is always 2, 2, I guess. Yeah, so the size fits, right? And now I can say or sum to call ifs this equals x match quadrant inside that, then I want out. Oh, wait, out and 2. Yeah. Okay, so this also works, but I didn't think about that one. I don't know, this, I think I have quite a while, but I have too many lambdas and too many different versions to actually remember all of them. I should really clean them up, but I am too lazy. So this is fine, I think. Let's go to the next one. Okay. And we are again, what is the question? Okay, so all the remaining numbers. So I think this we didn't do properly, so let's just go and I want to just get out for now, range for now. Yeah, so now what I can do is I can reduce range, whoops, on again, let's just do letters this time. What is important to me is there's a lot of options, right? And you don't have to do all of them. So I guess I want to just and because I'm lazy, I want to copy this and just folding that I want to mask one, and let's see what happens. So now it doesn't overlap actually, but if I want to do it, that is completely wrong. Oh shit. I think, what did I do here? Is my lambda broken? Apparently. Oh, wait. Ah, it's because I always use this one. Ah, okay, all good. It's me copying in a stupid way. Sum is still wrong. Oh, because this is not right. Interesting. I have, I need to think what I want to do with that one. Because if I fold that, yeah. Interesting. Well, looks good. Okay, but we're fine. I need to check again what I wanted to do with the other argument, which is not mandatory, at least not for this one. Okay, so we are slow, but we finished the levels now. What is the sum of the main diagonal? Um, well, technically it's just sum of MP times unit of the dimensions, and I think it says the dimensions somewhere. Well, apparently not. So rows MP. Yes, this works. Or also, if you check my my flatten, I don't know the column width thingy. So I also have row plus column, which is just the normal diagonal, and I have row minus times something, which is this one. So technically, I could also check, okay, where we start. We start in before, right? Before has this as main diagonal. So what I should be able to do is sum ifs, or sum if, doesn't matter. Sum, oh, it's different. Sum if, sum if the order of arguments is different, so I will just use this one inhalt, yeah, content, where this is this, and of course closing. Huh? Because I did a dot, okay. Wait, oh, because it's, yeah, okay, so I'm just, as I said, it's a sum, so this is this kind of diagonal. So this is wrong, right? So I have to choose a different one so that I take this one because it's main diagonal. So I can pretty much just go like that. And of course, well, that was stupid. I thought both of them get moved, but no, because it's a range, you can't grab it, right? So like that, and it's the same answer. But yeah, I think munit is easier for the main diagonal. If you want the other one, you can of course sort by this and then multiply, but it's the same. What is the sum of the 4 central cells located in the middle of the sheet? Well, we have rows MP, right? So this is 256, so 128, and it's pretty much then just if I have 128, 129, and that for both. So I can do sum index MP 128, and let's just do, I don't know what to separate, 129, 128, and 129. Good. What's the largest sum of numbers found in any 5x1 vector? Vertical and horizontal only. What? Okay. So I think, no, guess a lot of different options, but what I want to do now is I can just, I think it was in 5 direction, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, that, and I can do, whoops, again, semicolon. I guess something like that. Lambda AB, and then I can sum AB. And I have to actually check if that's largest sum of numbers. Yeah, that is just in one alignment. So here the max would be 381, right? But I can also do the same thing again. Oh, wait. No, that's wrong. That is wrong because now I'm actually it creates a range which is always 25 cells long. So I'm not sure what I did there. Apparently something weird, but it's fine. So like that. That works now because I have 5 rows difference. Yeah. So that looks better. So 98 is here the maximum, but I could also do the same again, right? To just with a different alignment. So let's just do that. That is one option. Of course, there are a lot of different options. I have a lambda for that as well, but I don't have to do everything with a lambda. So like that. And like that. Okay, 98, 96. So I guess then it's 98. Always folding from left to right and considering that each fold reduces the size of visible cells by half. What is the sum of the visible cells when you reach the width of 4 columns? Okay, so 256, right, is what we start with. And if I divide that by 2, I get smaller, smaller, smaller. And here 4, so if I have 6 steps, then I'm good. So what I can do is I can reduce MP, well, let's just say sum, reduce MP, sequence 6 lambda, I see. And I want to take which part? left to right, so I take the, okay, so take sort by I minus sequence columns I, and I want to take all rows, and I want to take minus columns I divided by 2. Okay, so that is just applying the sorting mechanism a lot of times, always taking the later half and summing it up. What is the center cell of the only 3x3 grid that contains all 1 to 9 numbers in the sheet of paper? Okay, so now we can actually do it the way I did it before with weird offset. So I can again do what am I? Well, it's a middle one. So when I do it like that, this is the middle one, but I think it's fine. So I can go like that. So I have now this one. I have this one, right? Like no, like that. Now again, I can do some, but I don't want some. I want to check if they are all of the values, pretty much, right? If 1 to 9, I think. That contains all 1 to 9 numbers in the sheet. Okay. So I think what I want to do is there an easy option on how to do it? I guess I could, well, technically what I was thinking, let's see if that actually works. What is that? No, but there always has to be a mode, I think so. Mode, well, I want sequence 10 or 9. I want mode, mult. I didn't know that it doesn't work for if you have more than 2 or 3. I thought if I just take, well, the mode, which is the most, the value which appears the most often, and it usually, if I have mode like that, mod 2, it's 1, but because of course I have a sequence. If I have like this one, so I have a sequence with 10, I take mod 2, so I have 5 zeros, 5 ones. Yes, then I get 2 results. But apparently, if I do it like that, oh, 3 is also fine. Then let's do 8 and 4. That also works. Hmm. Okay, I think I was mistaken, maybe. Let's just see if I do sequence 10 and I want mode. Let's actually try something different. Let's take this sequence 10, right? So I get a lot of values and I can mode. Let's see what that doesn't work. Sad. Okay, I hoped that it might work, but it doesn't. Okay, mode. Okay, it doesn't work if nothing is duplicated, which makes this interesting. Because, well, is it? I'm still not entirely sure if I understand what this does. Now it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so if all of them are only ones, it doesn't work, I guess, but I don't understand. Here, for example. So since I have it offset and this is 5, I guess I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm here. Okay. Okay. My idea was I want one where there's no duplicate, but that doesn't work because I have no duplicate here either. But the maximum is not 9, right? So that is not a good idea then. I could say if that is an A, I want also the sum, so is an A plus. Let's just try is an A that plus times max AB equals 9, right? Equals 9. So now I have 1. Yeah, now I have a 1. So that works and it's not slow. I don't know, that seems like a okay solution, I think. So I can now do to call if 1 equals that. I want to create either, because I don't have the address yet, right? So I want it like that maybe. And I want it to K40, 34. Okay, so this is how I probably would solve it now. Like technically, usually I would just use my lambda. I would not talk about the different approaches. So it's not the most difficult case, which we all saw because it was actually finished compared to the other year's finals. So that was really a great case, enjoyable case, something where you can see stuff happening. And well, this is also a nice addition. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that we get more cases like that, which with new ideas. Well, the arms race is on, so mostly if you have something once, people get lambdas for it, and so it's getting more easy, or it's getting easier. But still, there is a lot where we or what we can learn, what we can still improve on, and we have a lot of creative people. I think we should value their time and we should value the effort they actually put in on creating these cases, thinking about new stuff. So thanks to all the case authors, and so yeah, thanks for watching. If you actually watched until the end, I know that I'm not the best presentator, especially not in English, but yeah, I hope you learned something or you at least enjoyed watching me remembering, well, half a years ago final. So thanks, guys.